The shuttle doors hissed open with a sound that echoed far louder than it should have in the quiet courtyard. Eli Mercer, age 11, stood frozen at the top of the ramp. His small hands clenched tight around the straps of his worn Earth-issued backpack. The sky above him shimmered in shades of violet and silver, layered with clouds that moved too slowly to feel real. Twin suns hung low on the horizon, bathing the marble towers of Lyris Prime in soft alien light. This was not Earth. It was the first fully integrated interstellar academy ever approved by the Galactic Council, and Eli was its first human student. Behind him, his mother knelt and adjusted the collar of his uniform. "Remember," she said gently, "you don't have to prove anything. Just be yourself." Eli nodded, though his throat felt too tight to speak. Around them, tall alien figures passed through the courtyard, some floating, some walking on digitigrade legs, others gliding on membranous wings. None looked like him. He was small, pink-skinned, tufted, human. A chime sounded from the academy tower. Classes were beginning. "This is it," his mother said, forcing a smile. "I'll be right here after school." Eli took a deep breath and stepped forward. The hallways of the academy were vast and circular, designed for multiple species at once. Gravity subtly adjusted with every step. Walls shimmered with living crystal, displaying symbols that shifted languages depending on who looked at them. Eli followed the glowing path assigned to him, his shoes tapping softly against the polished floor. Sector A. Educational Unit 3. The door slid open, and that was when it happened. The classroom fell silent. Dozens of alien students, mostly female by galactic classification, turned in unison toward the doorway. Their forms were varied but elegant. Tall, luminous-skinned Lyrans with glowing eyes, feather-crested Avori girls perched on levitating seats, sleek, blue-skinned Nixians with bioluminescent hair drifting like water. And in the doorway stood a human child. Eli swallowed. Every eye turned. Some widened, some narrowed, some glowed brighter in surprise. Whispers rippled through the room, not spoken but communicated through color shifts, antenna twitches, soft harmonic tones. Human. So small. So fragile. The instructor, Professor Salith, a tall crystalline being whose voice resonated like wind through glass, raised one limb. "Class," she said calmly, "this is Eli Mercer of Earth. He will be joining us under the Unity Accord." She gestured to an empty seat near the center of the room. Eli forced his legs to move. As he walked down the aisle, the alien students leaned back slightly, giving him space. Not out of fear but curiosity. His heartbeat thundered in his ears. He reached the seat and sat down, placing his backpack carefully at his feet. For a moment no one spoke. Then, softly, the Nixian girl beside him shifted color, from cool blue to warm green. "You are very quiet," she said aloud, her voice melodic. Eli blinked. "I'm just new." Her lips curved into something like a smile. "We can tell." The first lessons were difficult. Galactic history was taught through layered sensory projections, images, emotions, even faint impressions of memory. Eli struggled to process it all at once. His human mind wasn't built for multi-channel cognition. He missed things, asked for repeats. A few students exchanged glances, but no one laughed. At midday, the class transitioned to a cooperative problem-solving exercise. Groups were formed quickly, except for Eli, who stood uncertainly at the edge of the room. Professor Salith observed silently. Then the Avori girl with silver feathers raised a wing. "He can join us." Eli hesitated. "Are you sure?" "Yes," she replied simply. "Different perspectives improve outcomes." They worked together, translating star charts and ethical scenarios. Eli contributed cautiously at first, then more confidently. He noticed something strange. While the others processed data rapidly, they sometimes missed emotional implications. "Wait," Eli said during one scenario. "If the colony moves now, some people won't make it. Maybe we should delay, even if it's inefficient." The group paused. "That option was not prioritized," the Avori girl said slowly. "But it matters," Eli replied. "Their lives." Something shifted. The Nixian girl's bioluminescence pulsed brighter. "Your species considers emotional cost heavily." "Yeah," Eli said. "We kind of have to." By the end of the day, the room felt different. The whispers were gone. When the final chime rang, several students lingered. "You will return tomorrow?" one asked. "I think so," Eli said, smiling shyly. Outside, his mother was waiting, worry etched into her face. "How was it?" she asked. Eli looked back at the academy towers glowing against the alien sky. "It was scary," he admitted. "But I think they listened." Over the following weeks, Eli became part of the classroom, not because he was fast, or strong, or advanced, but because he asked questions no one else thought to ask. When simulations ignored individual suffering, he noticed. When efficiency trumped compassion, he challenged it. Slowly, the curriculum adjusted, not officially but subtly. The other students began to ask why instead of how fast. One afternoon, Professor Salith addressed the class. "Diversity of thought," she said, "is not a weakness. It is an expansion." Her crystalline gaze settled briefly on Eli. That day, as Eli walked into the classroom, there was no silence. There were greetings. Seats shifted to make room. And for the first time since leaving Earth, Eli didn't feel like he was being watched. He felt like he belonged. Far beyond Lyris Prime, the Galactic Council would later debate how a single human child had altered interspecies education models. They would cite data, metrics, but those in the classroom knew the truth. The change had begun the moment a small human walked through an alien doorway. And every eye turned.